Welcome to the Zach Halcox Show. My name is Zach Halcox, and this is my show where I talk about newsy type stuff and things that are going on. Welcome to the show. We have some interesting things going on. We have some protesting that's going on. And we have so many people who, on the left, are rioting, and they're saying, "Oh, we need to be more tolerant. We need to, Republicans need to be more tolerant." But they're saying, "Oh, well, you're an idiot. We hate you. Don't talk to us. You're the one with the problem, and you need to be killed." Why are we having this issue? If the left is supposed to be so tolerant, why are they not adhering to what they're saying? It's like the opposite. When I prepare for this show, I just look at news articles. That's all I do. Well, I don't even look at the articles. I just look at, because I don't want the opinions of people. I just look at the headline, and I say, hey, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on. Now let's talk about this. That's how I prepare for this show. It may not be the best way to prepare for a show, but it's my way for preparing for a show. Because all I'm doing, simple thing. My message is, let's come together. And I say that, and I feel like I've said the same thing many times on my show. So how do we begin to get to a better place? When do we begin to be in that better place? Every time a situation comes up, we have to look at ourselves. We have to say, listen, is this who we are? Is it what we stand for? Is it anything that should be ever tolerated? Sometimes the answer is no. We look at ourselves and we look at what we actually believe. Look what we truly believe in. And we say, I don't agree with this because this, and this. And that's totally fine. Or I believe in this because this, and this. The people who are protesting for what they believe are legitimate reasons. They believe that Milo Yiannopoulos and all these people represent Donald Trump, who is a racist. He's a crazy racist person. And it's interesting how liberals have painted the right as racist. They say, oh, there's a neo-Nazi in the White House. Really now? A neo-Nazi in the White House? That would be so crazy. We haven't had a neo-Nazi in the White House. The closest to a neo-Nazi we've ever gotten is David Duke. Now, David Duke has ran for president before, but lost in the primaries. He's never gotten the nomination. Why? Because he is a neo-Nazi. The Republicans will never nominate a neo-Nazi. They will never nominate somebody who is a racist. It will never happen because it's so much against what the Republican platform is all about. People are saying, oh, now it seems like the right, uses those tactics of neo-Nazism and racism. And that's not true. The Republican Party is the party that ended slavery. It is the party that ended segregation. The Democrats did not want to end slavery. They did not want to end segregation. So when you say, oh, they're racist, all Republicans are racist, factually, given what history says, you are not right. You're wrong. If you're not right, you're wrong. And you have to look at things. Look at the real facts. See if you can find the real facts. I know a lot of facts have been hidden from us for years and years, but we have to find what is the truth. Find out what it is and see if we believe in it. See if we know what is right and what is wrong. That's what the time we are in. It's not about right or left. It's about what's right and what's wrong. Morally, as people, do we stand for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness anymore? No, I don't think we do. And Thomas Jefferson made it life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness on purpose instead of making it life, liberty, and the right to own property, because he didn't want people to misinterpret it and say, oh, well, he says you can own slaveries. You can own slaveries. You can own slaves. Republicans say it right there. And that's not true. The Republicans don't believe in that. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. What does that mean? It means we have to mutually respect each other. We have to try to understand somebody else's viewpoint. You always have to understand somebody's viewpoint before you can actually begin to make real change. Personally, you have to reflect on what you believe in, reflect on what you think, and hear other people's sides. I've been doing a thing recently where I've been watching MSNBC or CNN. I don't agree with them because I know if I even if I watch Fox now, I don't agree with them. But we have to watch whatever we would agree with the least. Understand their viewpoint. Hear them. Hear what they have to say. And it may make sense. It may not make sense. You may know facts that they don't know. And you can talk to them and say, well, here's what I know of this. This is my knowledge of it. And you talk about it with them. We can get to that place. We can get to a better place. And it simply is by mutual respect for each other. And this is something that you can have in your life. You can have it with your family. Just understand that not everyone is the same. They're not going to have the same ideas, the same thoughts as you. They may think something different. And that is what we have to do, is say, listen, I know you have a different opinion than I do. But listen, it's okay. You're allowed to think that. I'm allowed to think differently. That's what makes us great as people, is that we all don't think alike. If we did, it would be boring. But it's not socialism sounding, and it's not anything else. It's the idea that we are one. We are Americans, we are people, and we have to stand for life, stand for love, stand for the pursuit of happiness. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We have to do that. It is what God requires of us. He requires his people to demand respect. He requires his people to ask why. He requires his people to say, I know, and I hear you. I may not agree, but I hear you. So to the people protesting, I want to say to them, if you're listening to this, you hear my voice. I haven't called you a mean name. I haven't said anything bad about you. You are destroying towns, yes. You are destroying businesses. You destroyed that liberal Starbucks. I know you have concerns, and I hear you. I know you believe that there's a racist in the White House, and I know you believe that Milo Yiannopoulos and Gavin McInnes are racist people. I understand that. I don't agree with it. I don't believe they're racist people. But you do. And I hear you. I respect that you believe that. To me, it's absurd. It really is. But that's not what we have to say. We can't say, well, you're an idiot. You're so stupid. Why would you? We have to say, it's okay for you to believe what you want. It's okay. You can do whatever. I don't care. Just stop destroying towns. Stop destroying businesses. Don't do that. However, me saying that may not change a single thing. It probably won't. But destroying is not going to fix anything. What is going to fix everything is love. And that may come while all this destruction is happening. The small, still voice saying, I get you. I understand. I hear you. I don't agree. I will not stand with you, but I will stand on your right to speak. Even if you may be an idiot, I will stand with you in your right to speak freely about what you feel is not right. Back in a minute. The Zach Halcock Show. Have joy, speak truth. On the Cobalt Radio Network.
Oh, that's good. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Here at Black Rifle Coffee Company, a lot of people ask what our policy is on the internet trolls. Well, we've adopted the F you approach. You see, at Black Rifle Coffee Company, we don't make our living making coffee. We make our living off of putting bad men in their graves. Therefore, we don't care if you buy it. It's merely a passion. So if you come into our house talking trash, expect to get it tenfold right back at you. Because at Black Rifle Coffee Company, we cater to men. Men don't even know how to use Facebook. They're too busy cleaning carburetors or cutting down trees, slaying pigeons. So buy our coffee, or don't. We don't care.
With SRN News, I'm Gordon Griffin. More legal filings are due tomorrow on the dispute over President Trump's executive order barring refugees and travelers from 7 countries from entering the U.S. The White House says it expects the courts to reaffirm the president's executive power and reinstate the order that was set aside by a federal judge. The Trump administration says it's committed to finding a peaceful resolution to the long-running Middle East conflict. White House correspondent Greg Clugston reports.
President Trump has promised to be a friend to Israel, and he also hopes to secure a lasting peace agreement in the Middle East.
The president's committed to peace. That's his goal.
White House spokesman Sean Spicer says that will be a topic when the president meets with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu here in Washington later this month. Last week, the White House cautioned against expanding Israeli settlements. Greg Clugston, the White House.
Also at SRNnews.com, police have arrested a man in the strangulation of a New York City woman who had gone out for a run last summer and was found dead in a secluded marsh. NYPD Chief of Detectives Robert Boyce says when they questioned the suspect, Chanel Lewis, he gave details about the crime.
Gave very detailed statements that I don't want to go into right now. It appears to be a chance encounter. I don't think there was any stalking. At least we haven't gotten there yet.
It wasn't immediately clear if Lewis has an attorney. Karina Vetrano was killed August 2nd after going for a run not far from her Queens home. Her father later discovered her badly beaten body. Iran's nuclear chief says it will have 60% more stockpiled uranium than it did prior to its 2015 agreement with world powers after a shipment expected later this week. He's quoted by the semi-official Fars news agency as saying that Iran will receive a final batch of 149 tons of natural uranium by Tuesday, in addition to 200 tons already delivered since early 2016. Iran agreed to curb enrichment and place its nuclear program under international surveillance in exchange for the lifting of sanctions. Abortion advocates still say they want the procedure to be safe and infrequent, but pro-life advocates know better.
Whenever you have legalized abortion, it will be frequent. And we just did a study that shows that in countries where abortion is legalized, the abortion rates shoot straight up.
Irina Grosu of the Family Research Council.
So we want to completely diminish and ban abortion because we know that it hurts women and children. Of course it hurts the children, but it also hurts the women and the men involved.
She says pro-lifers have new hope that now that Donald Trump is in the White House, many evangelicals are hoping that President Trump moves quickly on protections for faith-based charities, schools, and ministries who object to same-sex marriage and abortion. Last week, the Trump administration announced that the president would leave intact a 2014 executive order that provides special rights for homosexuals, lesbians, bisexuals, and transgender people who work for federal contractors. This is SRN News. A new study finds that the typical college endowment lost money on its investments last year.
The study of 800 colleges found that the average endowment return was a 2% loss, the worst performance since 2009. It continues a slide that started in 2015 after 2 years of strong gains. The findings reflect volatility in the market. The largest endowments were among those hit hardest, including Harvard's, which posted a 5% loss but remained the biggest at $34 billion. Yale remained number 2 with $25 billion. Schools with smaller endowments, which rely on traditional types of investments, fared better. Jeremy House reporting.
U.S. officials say that the oceanic white-tip shark's status in the wild warrants listing as a threatened species under the Endangered Species Act. The National Marine Fisheries Service says that the sharks are likely to become endangered in all or at least a significant portion of their range. More details at srnnews.com. I'm Gordon Griffin.
Welcome back to the show. So recently I decided to go to Chipotle for lunch, and I thought that it would be a quick trip. Now, I don't like waiting in lines, okay? And so I get there. Nobody's there. Okay, walk in. There's one lady in line. Good. Walk up to order my food. And this one lady has like 12 different orders. Nice. So, she's ordering 12 different things. And I think, great, I'm going to be here forever. Waiting. So, they finally make my food. Well, they start making it. And I'm like, blah, blah, tell them what I want. And it's sitting there. Then this lady is like, alright, let me see what's on the first one. She looks at this list, says, alright, and that one is chicken, white rice, black beans. Okay. Second one. This one is supposed to be chicken, white rice, black beans. Oh my god, are you serious? Next one. Looks at the list. Chicken, white rice, black beans. And I'm like, oh my god. So ends up, they're all the same. Well, one was double chicken. So ends up, they're all the same, minus the one that's double chicken. And then they all have like different toppings and stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then she gets to where she's going to pay. And then she's like, alright, the first one and the last one are together. And then this one and that one are together. But then this one is separate. And then this one is also separate. But these two are also together. So they ring them up. They hand it to her. They swipe the card. And then she goes, oh, wait, dang it. No. I made a mistake. Those two weren't supposed to be together. So I'm thinking, okay, well, this was supposed to be a quick trip, but now I'm waiting here forever for this lady to get all these thousands of orders done, because apparently somebody from some office, they sent her there to get Chipotle. But she's taking forever, and it's so frustrating. So now the line's building behind me, and the line is like almost out the door. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not okay. So I'm just waiting for her to get done. And I wait, and the ordering, or the paying process takes forever. So I just look in my wallet. I have nothing smaller than a $10 bill, and I'm like, dang it. Or nothing smaller than a 20. I'm like, dang it. Can I just get out of here? So then I just take a 20, I throw it down on the counter, and I say, alright, bye. And I leave. And it was worth paying double the amount for a burrito, chicken, white rice, brown rice actually, and black beans, than it was to wait in line. It was better to pay double. Totally worth it. So now, she didn't even stop to say, I'm so sorry that you had to wait in line, the office, they always make me go out and do all this. Nothing. She didn't say any of that. So, I was like, nice, okay. So this is gonna happen, isn't it? I was like, alright. So I paid double for a burrito. And, because I wasn't gonna pay for her stuff, so I paid for my own. And that was so frustrating. Because I was like, are you serious right now that you're going to be like that? Really? I don't like waiting in lines, because waiting in lines is something that I really don't like doing, because you spend so much time doing it that after a while you spend like days and days of your life in line. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend like 2 months of my life in line. Like, it's annoying. It's very annoying. But, whatever. But, so aggravating. Very aggravating. And also, women, they tell stories differently than men do. Because men are like, yeah, I was at Chipotle and this lady was taking forever because she had like 1,000 things. She didn't even care that I was there. But there would be, if a woman was telling it, she would be like, Yeah, well, we went to Chipotle and we were waiting in line, and this one lady was like taking forever. We were there because Rebecca's going through some issues, and we were there because Chipotle's good, and it really was gonna help her get her mind off things, especially with the marriage counseling with her husband, But anyway, so I was waiting in line, and she didn't even care that I was there, and I was like, oh my god, I could just fight her in the parking lot. Like, I cannot believe that she did that. Like, she was so rude, you know what I mean? And it's frustrating. So frustrating. I don't understand it. But anyway, the lady didn't care that I was there. It's so aggravating. But anyway. So, but I'm at a loss for words. I don't know. That's the good thing about it being my podcast. I don't have to constantly talk about politics or whatever. I can just talk about whatever I want to talk about. I'm sorry. Where are you in here? Some bug just like flew in here onto my light. Joke's on him because the light is hot. He's gonna burn to death and then he's gonna die. But I think it's a stink bug, so I hope it doesn't die. That might be bad. I don't want roasted stink bug. Oh gosh. This isn't gonna be good. How am I gonna take the light down if he's still there? I don't know. Not sure what to do. My life is so complicated. The struggle is real, guys, because I don't want to have to deal with all that whatnot. I can't. On a scale of 1 to 10, I just can't even. Anyway, so let me talk about YouTube for a minute. My YouTube channel has been blowing up. It is so amazing. We have some music that has thousands of views, and then we have a documentary about ISIS and the game World War III that has over 15,000 views. Guys, I got paid for the first time through YouTube money, and it was great. It was really great. My camera just turned off, but I don't even care. I'm just gonna throw it to commercial then. We'll be right back.
Oh, that's good. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Here at Black Rifle Coffee Company, a lot of people ask what our policy is on the internet trolls. We've adopted the you approach. You see, at Black Rifle Coffee Company, we don't make our living making coffee. We make our living off of putting bad men in their graves. Therefore, we don't care if you buy it. It's merely a passion. So if you come into our house talking trash, expect to get it tenfold right back at you. Because at Black Rifle Coffee Company, we cater to men. Men don't even know how to use Facebook. They're too busy cleaning carburetors, or cutting down trees, or slaying chickens. So buy our coffee, or don't. We don't care.
Well, that's it for this week, and we'll see you next week right back here on the Zach Halcock Show. Share the show, do everything you can to make it, to help it grow, and if you keep doing your part, I'll keep doing my part. We'll be right back here next week. Have faith in God, have faith in America, and long live the Republic.